Okay, this video, I'm making an airport again. Now, what I did is I just summarized some of the statistics, and we can do it with or without economic depreciation. And if you do it without economic depreciation,
Attention British Airways passengers traveling London Heathrow, flight 294 or 296.
excuse me for that thing. So if we change the growth rate, nothing much happens because we have a return equal to the growth rate. But if we make a cost of capital lower than the growth rate, then we have these increases in the PE ratio. This interaction between growth and difference between the cost of capital and because then look at this, if we change the growth rate here and then make it 7%, then we get an absurdly high one if we put it back to 10%. So if we have a high growth, it's really this ability to earn a rate of return above the growth rate for a long period of time, of course, drives everything. Then it's this kind of little bit of confusing interaction that drives things. Now, what we want to do, I think we're going to make a tornado diagram in a different one. But what we'd like to do is change the IRR, the cost of acquisition, and the lifetime of the planes. We're not able to do any of those yet. Later, and also maybe the rate of inflation. Okay. To do that, we'd have to let's say we want right now. Let's say we put a 20-year growth rate. Looks like it changed everything a lot, but the problem is this IRR is too high, so we'd have to do a new goal seek. And what I want to do is do a, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to goal seek. If we make a goal seek and set this to the 10% by changing EBITDA, then, and I forgot, I think the EV to EBITDA increased a lot. The PE ratio didn't change at all, but you can see how the EV to EBITDA can be a very confusing ratio, especially in terms of the variance of the life. Now, what I want to do is to be able to change this for each year, and would like to make some IRRs change over time on the new planes. So maybe we earn above the cost of capital for a while and then it comes down. So right now we just have the EBITDA per plane staying constant, and what we want to be able to do is put cost of new planes and IRR on new planes, and we want to do some kind of scenarios where they come down or go up, and then we can see just how important those changes in value are. Unfortunately, to do that, we'd have to do the goal seek every
Attention all passengers traveling on Qatar Flight 726 to Doha. Please approach the podium at gate G17. Your shuttle bus has arrived. Qatar Flight 726 to Doha. Your shuttle bus has arrived.
Okay, we don't need that. So where am I? Come on. So what we're going to do is an interactive goal seek. So what we need to do is if we could put an equal sign here, so instead of this is a fixed number, this would be a function, and then we could put this function over here. So So we'll put I'm just going to set this up. Where's this one? IRR is up here. So what we'd like to do, the first step is just be able to use a function here and look up to these things. And I suppose we need to also put the plant life in. Okay. And we'd like to make it all very interactive. So we're going to make this goal seek work. Now to make the goal seek work, what we need to do is take this little project analysis, which is only a function of the life, the investments, and the required return down here, and make a function. So let's just read it in. So let's start this. So we make some kind of function. We can call it EBITDA per plane. Now, whenever we do this, okay, of course the last thing we need to do is per plane. And what we need to do is that has to be defined. Let's just put it equal 1, 10 times 11, 10 times. Now what we need to go around and around and is just do some kind of trial and error, or we don't need to, but that's how I'm going to do it. And what we need is let's get a things that we know we're going to need. The life, target, IRR, and investments. If we put all of those in, then we can say, okay, well.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those traveling on American Eagle Flight 3243 with service to Hartford, Springfield, Connecticut, just giving you an update. I just got word from your...
So, what we need to do is go around the line. And then we can put, maybe we put our cash flow, EBITDA. Okay. Now, okay. So, we put, I think we should call this cash flow. So, if
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. For those traveling on American Eagle Flight 3243 with service to Hartford, Springfield.
Yeah, I have to go upstairs and change the dates to something plain and country understanding. Then the cash flow is the EBITDA. What we do is put EBITDA equals 1. And then we and then once we have this, we can put, once we've gone through the life, excuse me, we can put worksheet measure equals worksheet function dot worksheet function and then the difference, and then what we do is we can start with 0, I guess. And then okay, and then we put for EBITDA to start to finish. At step increment, and then once we put this increment in, we put next EBITDA. Okay, and unfortunately I have to go to another gate, so I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, I'm just about to board. Okay, what we do is put start. Let's see, finish. This item investment. Increment. It's like just divided by 20. Go by start to finish. And then we say, well, as soon as the EBITDA, as soon as the target, the measured item, is greater than the target, then so the start that's EBITDA minus the increment. Okay, and we then have to make absolutely sure if finally, that's before we go back, say if measure is the target. I have one, and the side. That's the start of it. Function. This see if it works, but instead of saying it works, since you've never worked, we tried it the first time. Pause it. Okay, I'm back in Massachusetts in the U.S. But this worked, and it wasn't all that difficult. Watch what we had to do. We just had to simply define a start, a finish, and an increment. And we have to be really careful here. What I do is after you find the start, then you go from the start to the finish in a loop, and take the variable that's really going to be, this is like the by changing variable in a goal signal. I put an inflation rate in here in the meantime, and we computed the IRR, and we compare the computed to the target, and we don't have to do it this precisely. Maybe that's taking a little too long. Let's do it like this. Now, once you do that, you just a minute. So this is I put an inflation rate, I just told you. Okay. Yeah, I guess this gave us a tiny little. Maybe. Now it gives an exact number. And the really good part about this is you can go over time and do the same thing. And in the next video, what we're going to do is adjust this and put different items over time. Just a minute. Why do I have a... Okay, well, I'm going to stop the video. I'm stopping